women will not catch a break in this country. Hatutapumua. We will not breathe because of horny men in power. Horny men in power. Men who refuse or cannot keep it in their pants. The other time, we were dealing with sex for fish. Now, we're dealing with sex for employment. But this is not a new story in Kenya. Anytime it happens, ni wanawake wanakuwa blamed. Wanaambiwa, si ni wewe ulijipeleka. But we are humans too. And we need to eat. And men are the custodians of power. Most of power still lies in the hands of men. So as a woman, if you want to circumnavigate, not even circumnavigate, in fact that is going too far. If you want to navigate your career, mwanaume anaamka tu asubuhi na anakuzibia njia. And the only way you can get yourself to the other side, to get work, feed yourself, take care of yourself and your children, is to sleep with them. Now we are seeing grown men in Kericho breaking entire families, pushing women into abortions, unnecessary abortions, infecting women with HIV. These men are even sleeping with women in the tea farms, yani katikati ya chai. Mtu anatafuta mahali katikati ya chai, sleeps with a woman just to give her a job. A guy will assign you a physically strenuous job. Ukienda kwake kucomplain ama kuongea, you have to give him sex in exchange for fair work. Mi nasema kwa hii dunia, wanawake wataficha vichwa zao wapi? Where will we hide our heads? The other day, I'm having a conversation with one of my friends. And she's telling me that in her workplace, they saw it necessary to bring a gender and sexuality person to talk to them about sexual harassment in the workplace. So wakaenda wakajipeleka kwa meeting. Conversation inaendelea. Then this lady who apparently, I don't know, I think she has a PhD in gender studies, stands up with all the audacity she has picked from all her ancestors and her education and people around her. And she claims that unajua wengine wenu pia mnapenda kulala na wanaume kazini ndio mpate promotion. I'm like, there's almost no woman, wako ni wachache, but there's almost no woman who wakes up in the morning and just says, you know me, today I want a job. I'm going to give this guy my PUSSY so that he gives me a job. The reason that sometimes women find themselves in these positions is that the custodians of power have made it so. They have made it so that merit does not make any sense in this country. Wewe ni mwanamke, uko na degree, uko na skill yoyote umesomea ama experience yoyote uko nayo, you cannot just go and present yourself and work. We have seen scenarios even in the corporate world where a very accomplished woman cannot get a promotion unless she sleeps with a guy. So she rationalizes and said, sasa ata si ni sex, wacha tu nipeane ndio nipate kazi nilishe watoto. Men, powerful horny men in this country have literally held women hostage. Wamama hawana mbele wala nyuma. You have to give PUSSY. And then once you give PUSSY, anywhere you go, bado pia, you are vilified for doing it. When it is the only option sometimes available for you to feed. Sasa unaona wale wanawake wanyanyaswa pale kwa tea farms. They are women who literally are unempowered, hawana masomo, hawana any skill. Ni hiyo experience tu ya kuchuna chai or weeding. It is unskilled labor for the most part. And the audacity in some of these men. The guy even goes ahead to give a speech to the new recruits about the company's sexual harassment policy that he himself does not even respect. But the biggest scam of all of this, and if you want to believe that this is not even a scam enough, if this is not even a scam enough, the biggest scam in all of this is that the county government, the national government, civil society, and anybody who is in a position of power, even the people who are in even higher positions of power within Unilever and Finlays, they want to lie to us that this is news to them, that they've never heard this story, that hawajawahi jua kitu kama hii inaendelea. That is a scam, and let us not be lied to. These people know. Unilever is a multinational company. Along with Nestle, they've had so many human rights issues in all the countries where they operate. To the point that they take this so casually, to the point of just whenever an issue comes up or a complaint comes up, it is easier to dismiss the said woman out of work or to just write a general letter, a general PR letter to reassure the rest of us that this thing is being handled when it is not being handled. For an officer in power to operate with such authority, with such courage and braveness, ule mtu anajua somebody has got his back. Or if there's nobody at his back, then he knows nobody cares. Like anajua, nobody cares about these women. So we are lying to ourselves that the county does not know, that the national government does not know, that the civil society does not know. They know. It is just not in their best interests to speak about it until an individual reporter through BBC comes in and tells the story. It takes an individual news reporter, investigative journalist, to go out there and remind us of the truth that already exists in this society. It is a truth that any woman who has ever asked for a job in this country knows. So let us not act surprised. Some of the people who are acting the most surprised are the gatekeepers of this kind of behavior. They're the custodians of power who have used their power to sit on women. This is not news. May we not treat it as news. It is not news. This is something that happens in this country, day in, day out. So that if you don't go out there and sell yourself for a job, then you essentially just resign yourself to a life of nothingness, unemployment, and poverty. So let us not pretend. It is part of us, it is with us, and you, some of you who are watching me today, have done this. You have used your power to exploit women into getting employment opportunities that they are already qualified to do. You have frustrated a woman. The sad thing about that Unilever Finlay story is that there are women who even got the jobs and got pushed out of their jobs, and to recover the jobs back, they had to come back and sleep with this guy again and procure abortions in the same society that also keeps abortions. The same society that stands up and tells women, oh, abortion is wrong, abortion is this, abortion is that. Sasa unaambia mwanamke in this particular scenario who has a husband, who has children. There's a woman there mwenye story yake iliniuma sana. She went through the same thing as a young woman. Now she's a mature woman. She has 2 daughters. Her 2 daughters now work in this same tea industry. And her daughters had to do the same thing she had to do to get a job. And they have to do the same thing every day to retain these jobs. So these guys are ruining entire families. Can we stop the pretense? And can we focus on the right things?